Hello everyone, welcome back to my class on Indian linguistics. In last class, we had discussed about Panini as well as the Karaka theory. In today's class, we shall be discussing about two more important Indian linguists, Patanjali and Bhartrhari. Let us start our class today with a discussion on Patanjali. Maharishi Patanjali is believed to be the avatar of Adishesha, the infinite cosmic serpent upon whom Lord Vishnu rests. He is also considered to be the compiler of the Yoga Sutras, as well as the author of a commentary on Panini's Ashtadhyayi known as Mahabhashya. He is also believed to be the author of the ancient Indian medicine system Patanjala Tantra. Now, there has been a dispute as to who exactly is the author of Yoga Sutras, whether it is the same Patanjali uh, who has written Mahabhashya, because there had been many historical authors by the name Patanjali during that time. Now, if you look at the life history of Patanjali, we see that it is full of contradictions. We do not have any authentic records regarding his birth. As per one legend, he fell pada in the sense he fell down or alighted into the hands, meaning Anjali, of a woman, and therefore he was given the name Patanjali. He is believed to have lived in the 2nd century BCE. As I've already told, he wrote a Mahabhashya on Panini Sutras. Now, Maharishi Patanjali is known as the father of yoga, compiled 195 sutras which serve as a framework for integrating yoga into the daily routine and leading an ethical life. Now, talking about Mahabhashya, it is known as the great commentary of Patanjali's Ashtadhyayi and is considered to be a major early exposition on Panini. Now, in this work, he talks about how words and meanings are associated. According to him, the meaning of a word is inherent in the word itself. So, if I say a word called Amma, then the meaning of the word Amma is inherent in the word Amma. So this is quite a contradiction to the Western theories, which say that language is a naming process where we just name an object, and that there is no inherent connection between the word and its meaning. Now, this text influenced Buddhist grammatical literature as well as memoirs of travelers to India. Now, Patanjali's greatest contribution is his notion of Sphada, and this term Sphada was later explained by Sanskrit linguists like Bhartrhari. According to Patanjali, a Sphada comes from the word sphat, meaning to spurt or to burst, and that is an invariant quality of speech, meaning the quality of speech that remains unchanged. That is an abstraction, a quality that remains unchanged throughout. Now, when I say a word, the noisy element that you hear, that is known as dhvani or the audible part, and that can be long, short, etc. But then the sphada remains unaffected by the individual speaker differences. For example, I say a word like key, K-E-Y. Some may pronounce it as key, some may pronounce it as key. So there can be, the k can vary in pronunciation. But then The quality of speech, there is an abstraction, there is a the ideal sound curve which which will not change. There is an abstraction. That is what is known as svara. But the element that you hear when I say key, you hear the word, that is known as dhvani, or the audible part. That may change. Now, so a single letter or sound, that is varna, such as k, p, or is an abstraction. The sound is an abstraction, but then individuals may pronounce it differently. However, in later writings, especially that of Bhartrhari, the notion of svada underwent a change. According to Bhartrhari, svada is the element of utterance. What you say, what you pronounce, that is known as svada. But you should understand, you should be very clear here that according to Patanjali, svada is that invariant quality of speech, the quality of speech that remains unchanged. And what you hear is what is known as dhvani. Now, he has also introduced a few terms. One is agama. Agama means the correct recitation of the scriptures, that is known as agama. And to maintain the purity of text, that is what he called as raksha. And to clarify the meaning of the text so that there will not be any confusion in it, that is known as asandeha. And to provide a goal uh, for easier learning mechanism, that is known as legu, the pedagogic goal of providing an easier learning mechanism, that is known as legu. Now, Patanjali lectured on Paninian grammar at a place called Nagakupa, and this is identified with modern day Nagakwan. He lectured for 85 days, and this resulted in 85 ahnikas, or daily lessons of the Mahabhashya. With that, we have completed Patanjali and we are moving on to Bhartrhari. Bhartrhari is a Sanskrit writer, and there are two Sanskrit texts that are ascribed to him. One is the Vakyapadya, which is a text on Sanskrit grammar and linguistic philosophy. It is considered as the foundational text in the Indian grammatical tradition. Um, in the text Vakyapadya, there are numerous theories on words and sentences, and his important theories is what came to be known under the name of Sphota. Now, according to him, Sphota is the element of an utterance. When you say a word, each element of the utterance is what is known as Sphota for him. And the Varna is the letter or the syllable. The syllable or the letter is the Varna. And each word is known as Pada. And the sentence is known as the Vakya. Now, what Bhartrhari says is that in order to understand the Sphada, to understand the meaning of Sphada, you should understand the word as well as you should understand the sentence. Because Sphada can be pronounced, the same sound Sphada can be pronounced in different ways, in different words. So, you need to understand the complete word in order to understand the svada. Similarly, you need to understand the complete sentence in order to understand the svada, because the context is very important to understand the sound. So, according to him, there is a connection between Varnasvada, Padasvada, as well as Vakyasvada. So, there is an underlying connection among Varnasvada, Padasvada, as well as Vakyasvada. Varnasvada, the use of the sounds or letters, that is known as Varnasvada, how you pronounce a sound or a letter. Padasvada is how the word is pronounced, and Vakyasvada is the entire sentence. Now, he also discussed about some logical problems such as liar paradox as well as the paradox of unnamability in the text. And this came to be known as Bhartrhari's paradox. Now, it is in the chapter dealing with Sambandha Samudesha that he discussed about statements of paradoxical nature. For example, a statement like everything I am saying is false. Now, for this statement to be true, whatever I am saying should be false. So, it is a paradoxical statement because if this statement, everything I am saying is false, has to be true, then whatever I am saying should be false. He also discussed about the paradox of unnamability. For example, when I say that something is unnameable or unsignifiable, then immediately I am naming it. I am tagging it as unnameable or unsignifiable. Therefore, I am naming it when I say that something is unnameable. There lies the paradox of unnamability. His last work, his another important work is Shatakatraya, in fact. It is a work of Sanskrit poetry and it comprises three collections of about 100 stanzas each. The three Shatakas or centuries are known as Niti Shataka, which deals with ethics and morality, Shringara Shataka, which deals with love and women, and Vaidakya Shataka, which deals with verses on renunciation. So these were the important works of Bhartrhari. With this, we have completed Indian linguists as well as our module Indian explorations. So, thank you for your patient listening. Thank you once again.